I heard today somewhere in the internet that the real reason why people are going to be buying cars in the near future is because of their self-driving capabilities. And I can see where that kind of comments come from. Once you get used to using FSD and once you're familiar with the system and then you start to use it pretty much for every drive, then suddenly just not having it starts to feel like it would be really, really painful. I mean, that's a big word, but you get used to it. You get used to actually not having to drive. We're really close. I can see self-driving cars everywhere really soon, and that's going to be great. The problem is the lead time between now and then, and the cost that's gonna bring. I'm still on my trial period. I got I think every Tesla driver out there got to use FSD for free. Everybody, I don't know if everybody, but almost everybody got like a message on their phone, on their screen, saying that they had been awarded free FSD for a period of time, a month, a couple of months. When I got the car, I got a period of time for which I was gonna get FSD, and then they extended that period a little bit longer, which I really appreciate. I love having FSD. Certain things still a little bit annoying. The fact the camera is still looking at me the whole time, making sure that I pay attention, still kind of annoys me, but at the same time, for the most part, I don't even think about it because I'm looking around anyway. And then, I mean, I know that this will disappear at some point, and then once self-driving is actually a thing, then this will go away. Maybe we'll mutate to something different. They may have still the camera there, but not a prerequisite in order for you to use FSD as it is right now. They did say, I heard online that starting June, July this year, they're gonna start testing the Cybercab, the Tesla Cybercab in Texas, in in Austin. They're gonna start testing the Cybercab in Austin. And as you know, other companies like Google's Waymo, they're already rolling around. San Francisco, for instance. So there's already a bunch of cars out there driving on their own, moving around cities with no driver. And there's going to be more of those pretty soon. And chances are that this car and cars like this, depending on the hardware they come with, they're going to be doing the same pretty soon. So the camera in the sky that's making sure that I'm paying attention all the time to the road, that may be gone pretty soon. Which, again, coming back to the original subject matter, which is having FSD or no, and being a deterministic item that's gonna be incredibly relevant in the near future for all drivers, every driver, to decide, to choose whether they buy a car or no, makes it even more difficult. I love FSD. I love the freaking thing. It's ever since I got the car and I started using it, it was just amazing because it surprised me, got me out of I was not expecting it to be as detailed, as accurate, as human-like as it turned out to be. And then every week, every time there's an update, it keeps getting better. It is amazing. Um, so once the trial period expires, once I'm done, or Tesla just doesn't extend that anymore, I'm gonna have a couple options. I'm gonna be able to maybe buy the whole thing for $8,000 and never have to worry about whether I have it or no if I keep a Tesla. Because if I sell this car and I get another Tesla, I will be able, if I bought the $8,000 package, I will be able to transfer FSD to my new Tesla if I trade in cars. If I switch to another car and I had already purchased the full $8,000 package, then I'll be able to do that. And then other option that's there is that maybe I don't buy $8,000 worth of software because the hardware, as we can see, it's already there. Maybe instead I rent FSD, which it's $100 per month. $100 is a lot of money. Will I be paying $100 a month so I get to be lazy and not drive? Is it worth it? Yes, it is. Yeah, but I'll tell you why. Because it's not just about being lazy and not wanting to drive. I think it also has a lot to do with safety. Because the car has access to cameras that I don't. Let me explain why I said that. Because the car is continuously looking everywhere on every direction, keeping the car extremely well aligned between the lines and making sure that every time we do a lane change, and every turn, every left, every right, every stop sign and traffic light, the car makes all of those decisions and does it extremely well. Better than me, which is scary to think and also very exciting at the same time. But that's why I said it's not even about laziness or comfort. It start to occupy the realm of security and safety. It will be safer to have a car that drives itself than to drive yourself. And that's pretty much the reason having modern cars that have self-driving capabilities like this, or like all the brands will be doing the same thing. All of the cars everywhere in the planet will start developing and implementing their own self-driving software and hardware in different flavors and different styles. But at the end of the day, and the short term, very short term, that's the name of the game. Can I make a car that convinces you that you don't have to drive, and not only you don't have to drive, you're safer. You will get from A to B as you usually does, using any system, any approach that you want, but also guarantees that statistically speaking, you will make it with more chances to get to your destination safely than if you had to drive, which is a crazy thought. And then if you think about it, as you extend that, and more cars out in the road start to implement the same type of technologies, then moving around cars and moving and transportation, car-based transportation becomes incredibly safer, which is not the case at the moment. At the moment, when we think about mass transportation systems, probably cars, motorcycles probably worse, but cars are probably not as safe as maybe trains and planes. Planes, especially. Planes are very safe, despite they're having to, fight gravity and all the odds about staying up there for a long period. They're super fast, and they're also very safe. So yeah, cars are probably not the safest. Probably are at the bottom of the line of the list of safe transportation systems at the moment. They're probably getting better. They have been probably getting better as far as the amount of injuries and accidents per 10,000, per 100,000 cars out on the road. Probably getting better because of all the technologies. But what's happening right now is exponential. The fact that the human error is taken out of the game. And I'm not saying that computers will not make mistakes. That's not what I'm saying, because we know that is not the case. We know that whether it's human error or somewhere on the computer there's something that malfunctions, that does happen. It is a real thing. But I mean, we know that your phone alarm will go off every morning, and if it wasn't there, chances are you're gonna miss work a few days if you didn't have it. We know the machine is way more reliable at being machine than we are. So as technology advances, and Tesla so far is already delivering that kind of assurance that is going to take you from A to B in a very safely way. In a very boring way, yeah, for sure. It is an extremely fast car. Heck yeah, fastest car I've ever driven. Well, no. Fastest car I ever owned. Yeah. But then when you need it for boring tasks, like just going from A to B in a very safely comfortable way now, because the newer versions are way more comfortable than they used to be. They're extremely good at it. They're fantastic. So yeah, I have like a month and a half left with FSD. And again, I don't know what am I gonna do once it expires. I have already tested autopilot and cruise control, the smart cruise control that comes standard with every car, whether you have FSD or no. I have already tested those two options, and they're great. They're fantastic. But I don't think they can compare to what FSD delivers. So yeah, I got about a month and change days in order to figure out how am I gonna keep FSD, because I would really like to keep FSD and pay off the car as well. That's something that I would really like to do. So if you'll find this information useful, entertaining, both of them, and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd really appreciate if you do. Just find the button somewhere out there where it says subscribe, hit subscribe. There's gonna be a little bell next to it. Hit that bell as well, and don't miss any of my content. Comment, like, share, all of it, so that more of these stuff can keep coming. I'd really like to keep testing these car capabilities. I would like to somehow get my hands on a newer model and see how they compare. They say there's a new hardware. That there's a camera up front now. This one doesn't have, like on the bumper. This one doesn't have it. I don't know why would it be there. Not really sure if I can visualize why it would be useful. So if I could go test one of those cars, that'd be amazing too. Rivian, I've been getting so much advertising from Rivian to go test their truck, the RS. That's something I really like to do. So I'll try to get my hands. I'll try to go do those things, and I'll try, of course, to get some footage that I'll be very glad to share. In the meanwhile, again and again and again, thank you so much if you're already subscribed. Fantastic, awesome, appreciate it. If you haven't, please do it. Please do it. I'm really close to that 1,000 mark. It's gonna be fantastic to get there and to continue moving up from there. And so more about this content, cars and travel and trips and stuff that matter will keep coming. Otherwise, I don't know what am I gonna do. Of course I have a job and I work, but I guess I'll just continue doing that. But I find this this stuff pretty entertaining. So if you can help me continue doing it, appreciate it. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.